mai chơi rin gió pe ma jo dong ra lên nghe những mơ sen chen nom để van do cho đừng ngỡ tam đỡ nhẹ đỡ chân cho lo nó sờ la đi tu ji zi chi ngài ya lên ban chen ta nhớ tơ sông đô para trong tu ji đem bờ cha la chết ta bom 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 ni ngài ya lên da mà bố chú trẻ vợ sao nong đỡ chơi để đỡ chán đi sờ la đi tu ji zi chi ngaya lên ban chân ta nhớ ta song ta para trong sơ soi mà ta yang khi chơi văn ra tuần này trong yang mang chỉ đình mệt to te chơi chơi ba đỡ chơi lựa chọn chơi bao nhà trong na sờ la đi tu ji zi chi ngaya lên ban chân ta nhớ ta song ta para trong过来先见的俺来了，当街写了那卡达呀，当穷一我过了么子是这件就我用那是了的，估计就是俺呀零八钱ta nhớ ta sống đó para trong chỉ phải让人说是写我跟tu上根本那做起这个，好像这个这些节日long就我他让想那是来的，估计就是俺呀零八钱ta nhớ ta sống đó para trong ये चेलाम लाम पीछू ना यो नंबर शिना चुजे सोतांजे लगे नाम नामा चुरा शुची गो पदा न्याता चुते सलारे तुझी जिशी आया लेंबा चनता दा न्याता सोनो पारटा चिमा ना शिगे चेये पेंबा से लुचें दong शोरा उचें आदा से đôi xe lon đường ở kia chén giờ nhìn đứa đông sen đứa ta chưa bớt chưa đừng là trao quay mang cho xin can rửa sữa nó mà chả vào show chưa là sao chưa mẹ lo nắm cả tiền cho nghe thở ra mà ta là mình chưa tăng chỉ để mà mẹ nó và sao và chỉ trao vai thở ra mong trên thua sang tiền đứa ta ra nam xe nó và lá thơm biết trong men khá là nhớ đã dễ sang ta mà lại cha chỉ mà cha nhìn khá tổ thế chế nó và chỉ ba là thơm biết cắt coi nó đã dễ chát ba ta ra cắt lại cha chỉ cắt cha thở đỡ ba nên chế ba nhớ đỡ là thơm biết trong men nó khá số mà chỉ ba ta nó làm cha này cái gì ngon đỡ giờ là yo sống cho nó lo dễ chỉ ba dễ giờ sống đồn mà yên đôi xa xa lại mang có tan chữ nào khai dân tông xa lại trời ơi trả lời ngon là nị tiêu chế ta kia cả thọ lo trả lời mà là chỉ ba sống cả dài là người ba nhớ để nhóm ba giàu vườn tôi mới dài nó xa là sống vợ bờ chia chia trước đây con gió còn bờ lòng chỉ nhớ là chân sa sân ba số cả đêm bắt đôi tông bộ mà trôi na như nói lan trở vào xa lá thân đi đâu sẽ đón trong bờ chân cross nếu chỉ chờ nó anh chờ và chỉ chưa nhớ bắt đôi rong nó ngồi xin đi mà bồi phân chưa ta vợ trở lại số thế sẽ đại những thế sẽ chiêm nó về trò thế mà trôi na chưa nhớ đến ba la mà chẳng là gì trôi vai mà làm sẽ vỡ cha sang đi rồi ya trôi cái xin ngõ tìm mà bờ để xin yêu yo trôi ra chỗ rừng cái thế bài con đi để phát có sao là cho che làm là chịu phần từ mà khi tuần mai làm sao chịu phần người trốn chết đau đã say tao đi nghe tao đã chịu chữ nó nhẹ sâu con chết tao nó chấp đỡ ngắm bà chỗ đến ra đó cái lo sao nó đau nhẹ rồi ya chân yo mà ya bờ đêm bên trời không sao ya trên tao chỉ phải đi lên để bờ sen che cái gì xin không mấy nhau nhau gà lòng bự chi tê xăm chi trở lại
Hello, Ashidlik. Hey, ready for the talk? Okay, we'll begin with shower of blessings with 7 9 prayers, and then so please bring in mind the precious motivation of the Bodhisattva once more in order to bring all motherly sentient beings as swiftly as possible to the state of perfect and complete Buddhahood. We engage in the celebration of the Omniscient One Longchenpa's anniversary, and then we now engage in the shower of blessings, Guru Yoga Talk. May the blessings of the Lama be always there. Okay, so let's start. Let's see if the microphone is on. Okay. You were beginning with 7 9 prayers and then directly going to shower of blessings.
Kodo kando mangbo go gigi jesu darugi Chinji labje jesu zu guru bema se di oyi nubjang zam bema gizre ndombola Yazen chogi ngudo nye bema june shesu tra Kodo kando mambu koi kiki jesu taruki Shinji labje jesu su guru pema se di Oye nubjang sam pema kisa dombola Yazen chogi ngudu nye pema june shesu cha Kodo kando mambu koi kiki jesu taruki Shinji labje jesu su guru pema se di Kiken ki ma chun kun sa ma pen pan kyo pe ma chi chi mo chi mu zhu bo chao zui di chen kan zhu zo yi xi su ye xia la su wa de xin na san wei ba chi xi wa dan la mi gu zi ten ba jing ye lo 你梦曾给希望经验了，我结果不懂希望经验了，才被希望结不来经验了，上班碰见主办经验了。啊，上路他们那边正开入，我眼睛没。 大难过协作，定十八年来坚定去岗位，遇错人情被动的决定，将你跟着我眼多坚强，准备奔波出界勇当着。 茶叶多结缘白头公nam，大当人情日北京一在，二年龙年的前世间把，可罗多杂送家做真代的，亲那多吉强别达来西。 一根我亲密一些个东西，这边的家大多菜，遇到龙居的什么给错，跟上去被真多明年的，他们那啥的多马来西亚，世界给我跟给人天给。 小的吉普根本南特拉，宁年依然特别顺特别。 sabji chugi chachen beba go ranshin gewe ngobo kundong chokam jadu jisi negi pa gombo chugi namda jini de kajawan jowa jimbe tundo ngo temne kundu kinze tashin bo tuni nimi kyabcho rimbo che ngadu gube nashin tujugi Sundewe pola sewe tuji gong gongbe longne tuji se chungla Menden dagi ningla jingi lo tadan tsema nyudu tumbada Chodan tumu ngudu se tu Pema Gesa Dong Puela Nyan Zen Chogi Ngudruni Pema Jone Shi Suja Kodoi Kandroi Mambuko Jiki Jesu Tajunji Jingi Lo Jie Xie Su Zi Jiang sama Pema Gesa Dongpo La Zen Chogi Nguzhu Nye Pema June Shisu Cha Kodo Kancho Mambu Kuro Jiji Jisu Daru Ji Jingi Labji Shisu Si Guru Pema Sidi Hong Yi Yi Nubjiang Sam Pema Gesa Dongpo Zen Chogi Nguzhu Nye Pema June Shisu Cha Kodo Kancho Mambu Kuro Jiji Jisu Daru Ji Jingi Labji Shisu Si Guru Pema Sidi Hong Yin yin jiang sama Pema Gesa Dongpo La Yin Zhen Chogi Nguzhu Nye Pema June Shisu Cha Kodo Kancho Mambu Kuro Jiji Jisu Daru Ji Jingi Labji Shisu Si Guru Pema Sidi Hong Yin yin jiang sama Pema Gesa Dongpo La Yin Zhen Chogi Nguzhu Nye Pema June Shisu Cha Kodo Kancho Mambu Kuro Jiji Jisu Daru Ji Jingi Labji Shisu Si Guru Pema Sidi Hong Yin yin jiang sama Pema Gesa Dongpo La Yin Zhen Chogi Nguzhu Nye Pema June Shisu Cha Kodo Kancho Mambu Kuro Jiji Jisu Daru Ji Jingi Labji Shisu Si Guru Pema Sidi Hong Yin jiang sama Pema Gesa Dongpo La Yin Zhen Chogi Nguzhu Nye Pema June Shisu Cha Kodo Kancho Mambu Kuro Jiji Jisu Daru Ji Jingi Labji Shisu Si Guru Pema Sidi Hong Yin jiang sama Pema Gesa Dongpo La Yin Zhen Chogi Nguzhu Nye Pema June Shisu Cha Kodo Kancho Mambu Kuro Jiji Jisu Daru Ji Jingi Labji Shisu Si Guru Pema Sidi Hong Yin jiang sama Pema Gesa Dongpo La Yin Zhen Chogi Nguzhu Nye Pema June Shisu Cha Kodo Kancho Mambu Kuro Jiji Jisu Daru Ji Jingi Labji Shisu Si Guru Pema Sidi Hong Yin jiang sama Pema Gesa Dongpo La Yin Zhen Chogi Nguzhu Nye Pema June Shisu Cha Kodo Kancho Mambu Kuro Jiji Jisu Daru Ji Jingi Labji Shisu Si Guru Pema Sidi Hong
Mugu Gu Sewa Tabe Lama Yavyum Ge Jorsam Dang Tuka Ne Yeshe Ki Zer Nanga Bata Tarachane Rangi Ningara Timbe Jujinge La Para Juru. As I pray fervently with devotion, 5-color wisdom light rays like filaments stretching radiate out from the union and the heart of the Lama Yaben Yum. They dissolve into my heart and bless my mind stream.
Om Om Basan Guru Bama Sati 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 Hoi Ale Chin Tanyama Kapala Om Le Nang Si De Yen Cho So Xiang Om Gi De Chin Yi Xi Zhi Bai Jiu Shi Ye Za Su Mai La Za Jie Bai Gang Om A Hoi Ri, Om A Hoi Ri, Om A Jang Tsai Pe Mai Ke Sa Dong Bo La Yam Tsin Cho Gi Ngu Do Nye Pe Man Jo Ne Shi Su Cha Ko Do Kan Jo Man Be Ko Ji 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 Su Da Do Ji Yin Ca La Jin Zhen Na Jin Ye Lao Zhi Xie Su Si Ne Chon Di Ro Jin Po La Po Chi Yi Shi Di Zi Ji Jo Da La Wang Xi Gu Ye Dan Long Jin Pa Chi Gu Cho Dan Tu Mo Ngun Zhu Zi Lama Ji Zhen Bei Man Te Zhen Zai Ren Zhen Kang Zhe Cao Dan Jie Ba Yi Sa Sum Gun De Ge Wei Dian Gu La Ne Ge Dong Xiu Zha Bei Su Wan De Da Jin Gu Sum Ge Zo Long Zhi Jie Na Xin De Yun Ge Gu Ma San Ni Gun San De Jin Cao Yi Ko Lo Be Tu Zi Ji Xie Tu Dan Wang Gong Jiu Ji Sowan de su guru rinpo che jingye la she rinzen kan zui zo men den po la cho tun zhu zi tam zi nyam cha tam je jiang du su qin na san wei pa xie yin su zhi jiang ju pa duan de min jin zi qin ce su nyam to yang en da de pe san ba lun yi zhu jingye lo Omo a hon ben zhen guru be ma se de Omo a hon ho Omo a hon ho Omo a hon ho Ta suma la do ta la jin jin xie qin na san wei de jin cuo ju ge Nam zi nyam cha tam je tu lo xia yin zin zha ge chu ji yin zu zhe Nyam ni de wa chen pe tu dang wang gang chua dang tu mo ngu ru zai du su Za su ma la zo ca la jin jin xie qin na san wei de jin cuo chu ge Tam zi nyam cha tam je tu lo xia yin zin zha ge chu ji yin zu zhe Nyam ni de wa chen pe tu dang wang gang chua dang tu mo ngu ru zai du su Za su ma la zo ca la jin jin xie qin na san wei de jin cuo chu ge Tam zi nyam cha tam je tu lo xia yin zin zha ge chu ji yin zu zhe Nyam ni de wa chen pe tu dang wang gang chua dang tu mo ngu ru zai du su shi sogai de chi pe ma ne jo de chi du pa po tam ze de chi du zi chi me jun de chi tim pong Android de Jimin so to the mind de Jin so ga Regen Chada Minjo now I can to Danka do I can do Tam be tam si da gyalwe nyam cha chi chi sha chi na sa we pa chi ge om me se long tu sa cho da tu mo tu Enjoy Yamani Kole Ran Shinto
Layman danger boxam Jeshingi ding do Gya ga shaki maja Ajanu yang pe jung Ma de go dambe Jejok lag yudang Je ba na ze tabe Ilam na jikzin yung Sinam chiki gyama Shinta la be Lo me shingle segi Eko jo ke sonin Yagi jitse bome Lingbo le ne ba Ya sum nam da so we Etenje la ya jung De le me tombe Doje bendok Na te la ma jungpe Echera la bebdang Mindre de te dongwe Gaten ki na ni Nyam gai luru lenpe Eke che shige do De je be Shuk gi ne La dang la me sheri e ma gom kang je jong ma dang kan je ning ding it's a gi de be Ja le che go ju be in a drop shik ju Ja le che go ju be ne drop shik ju Ja le che go ju be in a drop shik ju
Omo ai hon ala wan wa de be so tin da de xin ha cha ju xia ta jin be so la xie wen ji dang jia ji xin do den da dan yang se so so da dan se ma niu do de Chu bi ba xian do ba da tin le to min chu ba yin zu wo zi zhang ba lin da kai yi la mi ne sum yi gen chu sum le se ka mai tin sum chung min su Rang gi ne sum tin pe go sum ji ji jiang go sum tu ji do ji ju Ta ne la ma ko ji do shu ga ma ji le hong gi sen ba ju Rang gi ning ga tin pe la mi tu Shang xin ye mi ten ji chu gu yi ne Ge wan di ye niu du da o yin la ma zhou yun ne zhou wa ji jiang ma le ba de ye sa lang ge bai shu Ma gu ri jin la jie da jiang ce ra tam xie du xin gang da wei po zhang du la ma zhe min ten da xiu Ne ge ten jiang me ba yi ni bei xia do zhu ba da Gong ba san mong tu ji jue jin la de zi long do xiu Gu song tu ji jin la jie lun wa yi sum min ba da Sa me jie do nam ning la wang tu zhu ba jie ba xiu Lo do di ji cao na ma da ne dun ba ji xi wa da Ho da lo ji jie ba ye san ba ye xin zhu ba xiu Tu zhi li zhi gang zhi so pu sung cao bei ne nian du Din zhen san me gong zhi la da du zhu ba jie ba xiu Zhu ba jie bei jie gu ye jin le nan xin zhu ba da Ha xin ten du ke ne jiang san jie ten ba song wa xiu Dun bei song bei dan qu na ma zhi min ju la qiao wa xiu Qin ba qiao la ngan ni ne dao hua qiao dang den ba xiu Jia zhu sen jie den zhe jie jian zhou ma le wang du ne Tao mei yi xin nu bu de zhe zhe dun dang den ba xiu
Sanje temba tawe te junsin chuden jebada Chuden de la kene kya shinkam tamje tawa sho Jagi lunga isum je tuja sosu lo yudo Kangla kangde chubi ko pato meba yungwa sho Dona konde maleke guru nida yemeji Kusum dunje meba ye namjen sanje nyujo sho Semjen sowan deba sho lame jinge laba sho Idam guru dewa sho kandra longden jeba sho Shujung paje sewa sho Sanje tenpa tashin jeba sho Semjen tamje dejin jeba sho Nindang sendo chula cheba sho Shanshin tenye lenye zhuba sho Shanshin dare gewan dia kuwa ninsong tong tong Sisra lanya mime xin Chanshi kusung yu sho Gewa gyue sanshin zhe lame choge tenpa di Shitra kala nija xin Genka yong la da je sho Dahi gewe zawa dedan gewe zawa shin dayan jine benden lami tuwa yongso tobe yenden dan denpa gyo ishi Sanje ki tenpa rinpo che dashin gepa chewe jibu tomden do gyo ishi Chimpa dan sewa mepa sum tara jine tobe sanje so gyo ishi Ruwari chuna nebe simjen tamje kowa dungin je kyaso chimbo le chate Yudu ngombara zawar san jeba jo ji do je chan
You're muted, Kimpala.
Okay, the prayer that fulfills all wishes spontaneously, or fulfills all wishes. Emaho, in the heart of a blossoming lotus upon the waters of the lake, you are the spontaneously accomplished wisdom, the embodiment of the five Buddha families. O great self-existing Pema Yabum, surrounded by clouds of Dakinis, to you we pray. Grant your blessing so that our wishes be quickly fulfilled. As a result of our negative actions whenever we suffer from illness, malevolent spirits and obstacles, warfare and violence, famine and starvation, then remember your promise that even simply to think of you will immediately consume all such suffering. We implore you from the depths of our hearts, O Lord of again. Grant your blessings so that our wishes be quickly fulfilled. To practice discipline, generosity, and what is that? To shout of blessings. To practice devotion, discipline, and generosity, to liberate the mind through hearing the Dharma, and to have dignity, self-control, and knowledge. Make these 7 noble human qualities penetrate the minds of all sentient beings, and so bring peace and happiness to the world. Grant your blessings so that our wishes be quickly fulfilled. When oppressed by illness, suffering, and unwanted circumstances, falling prey to harm and obstruction from negativity and demonic forces, threatened by fire, water, and journeys of great danger, when this life is spent and death arrives, at all these times we have nowhere to turn except to you. Care for us with your great compassion, O great Ogen Guru. Grant your blessings so that our wishes be quickly fulfilled. The Zum Zangye Guru Rinpoche Ngodro Kundak Dewa Chenpe Sham Barche Gunsun De Drabo Zen Sewa Devso Jingye Labdosa Chinang Samwe Barche Shiwa Dang Samba Lungye Drubar Jinje Lo The Zum Zangye Guru Rinpoche Ngodro Kundak Dewa Chenpe Sham Barche Gunsun De Drabo Zen Sewa Devso Jingye Labdosa Chinang Samwe Barche Shiwa Sambal Hunge Drobara Jinje Lo, the Sum Sangye, Guru Rinpoche. Modro Gundak Dewa Chembe Sham, Barchen Concern the Rampote, Sewan de So Jinge Latos. Chinang Sangwe Barche Shiwandang, Sambal Hunge Drobara Jinje Lo, the Sum Sangye, Guru Rinpoche. Modro Gundak Dewa Chembe Sham, Barchen Concern the Rampote, Sewan de So Jinge Latos. Chinang Samwe Barche Shiwandang Sambal Hunge Droban Jinge Lo. Sangye Kunge Ngo Kadrinchen Ugen Rinpo Chala Sewande. Namje Tsede Nawan Numata Pema Vedo Kewara Jinge Lo. Sangye Kusum Nebe Chin Labdan Chinne Mejura Dembe Chin Labdan Gedem Meche Dembe Chin Lab. Jeta Ngoje Melam Drum Parasho Om Swasti Eying Dang Mamishe Durj. Tabjo Jecha Magan Ning Jedang Sunjo Hero Kabel Tedens. Sazon Gomba de Bayin Nekul Monze Gonel Hasam to Dembe Rubjo Bema Kare Ringloch. Minyan Bella to get that one Akchan Rikpa Zimba Shebe Shentrodo Pao Ganke Zotong. Sukyo Kyoba de Kema Hun Vendan Shujung Ungum Tajen Gamen Tenjong Todan Dachar. Desun Yome Dambe Adarashan Trube Dajen Nildo Charwan. Dendro Gombon Dambara Jensen de Lume Gonjo Zasun Dento Danda So Zeche Sewa Dabede. Gigme Yijin Drobze Sama Haya Om Swasti Sange Peme Tuje Dabdonza. Ngozar Trube Gesa Shembale Drodo Gewe Shaken Dadruko Kazan Duje Senam Badush. Rixin Yugu Sansum Yijinwa Tselme Trile Dego Rabjowe Sasum Gego Rewa Konjendo Yondro Dambe Ngo Shamdense Konjo Sasum Janso Dendom Danden Adam Jen Jamdel Tozeg Taja Membe Dendre Lunge Droden Lapchen Gengmen Tara Chen Sho Om Sosti Tenyo Sanza De Chen Dorje Rodrubze Chimen Yume Yeshese Dudun Pema Techen Heru Ken Nase Zene Sewan Jin Chenpo Jingmen Agi Wancho Kenzedar Sabsan Nobu Zechan Doje Zen Tongmen Chinle Nambara Gelwe De Sansun Mishe Tabara Tojes Vima Ladang Ada Chideye Tuje Gome Tuke Damchetar Nidu Tendan Drove Punendo Yome Dorjin Oro Tenjo Semedang Lasam Gewe Savin Dene Lume Dreshen Gegede Jetar Memba Drezan Yurzove Sasum Trashin Bengi Zen Jurunji Om Swasti Gewa Choyan Yeshe Jumetra Jumen Lingbe Yangse Ramdro Bango Chen Geltro Sanga Tenzin Kutse Tanten Zechen Range Shom Swasti Tela Rezen Janso Ngowani Chime Tsoke Dorje Jinlake Dungse Janna Kalja Shabtenche Lapchen Dendre Sheden Tara Zeba Tara Chensho Om Mama Rane Zevende Swaha Om Swasti Lume Jamne Janso Jento Ye Jingme Tupten Chinle Pelbargi Shabe Mishe Kalja Rabdene Lapchen Dendre Sheden Tara Chensho Om Swasti Dubjo Jeje Temba Zimbe Dan Dingri Wangdu Choke Drubeku Kutse Siden Bardu Rabdene Shempen Leje Chinle Lun Drusho Lama Kukam Zangwar Sewa Dem Chondo Kutse Rungwara Sewa Dem Chinle Darjen Gebar Sewa Dem Lama Dan Drewa Mebar Jinjelo Pende Jungwe Nejigbo Demba Yunre Neba Dan Demba Zimbe Kebu Nam Kutse Gelsen Den Jurche Donga Cheze Changla Manurwa Kejen Rumne Rezen Jubensen Tupden Nyingbo Sanga Ngajurbe Demba Pelge Zamlin Chap Jurchen Peme Ringlo Ngajuro Zongba Chen Eden Nyingbo Shingda Du Jumle Kangi Zamdere Demba Sitebar Minu Shedan Ruben Zinjuro Heche Ken Lo Che Sum Ring Lo Che Zamle Sasun Chapar Pel Roju Chosun Nawada Midra Desum Gele Sho. Allah Lahu auspicious Longchenpa's anniversary blessings to you. Ashudale. Peace and joy. Allah Lahu. So, okay, you can enjoy eat your talk, and then we have some of the Sangha members who are going to talk on Dharma. So before we do that, let's do the 7 branches, the Dorje Lopen, requesting them to teach. And then I have the names here, so I'll just pull out whoever comes, and then in that order they will give the teaching. So remember, you are sent out the guideline how to do it. First of all, do 3 prostrations to your shrine, and then you begin with the homage prayers to the 3 jewels, and then all those as formatted like that. And then before you speak, then make a commitment saying that, invoking everyone's motivation, that please listen to the teachings, that I'm going to speak on this one, and stuff like that. And then once you're done, then you can do your dedication. Okay, so Dorje Lopen. Dorje Lomben Zange Ben de Zon Jolan Chanzen Lo Chonson Tembe Jing Jorola Nime Yege Chanson Cheng Juro Yege Nam Drumbe Tambe Cheba Shesu Sing Odro Chowo Chebe Ge Neje Malu Shambarage Chocho Korsum Dambe Chema Cha Jela Jeye Ran Dambe Taje Drimame Zobe Janchu Semge Do Deshe Wanchu Semba La Daba Sumge Lubelo Tera Dambe Gewanam Dude Janchu Chom Borho Mandala Friend Saji Pecho Joje Mendo Damre Ram Lingje Nede Gembade Sangye Jingdu Migde Pulwa Ye Drogun Namda Jingla Jebarasho Idam Guru Radha Mandala Puja Mega Samudra Saparana Samaye Aho prayers requesting the teachings. Semchen namge sambai dan loye jedra jetawar chechon tenmon tekba ye chege korlo korando sel. Okay, so now we'll pull the names, and then please, here are your names. Okay, first Saki. Is Saki there?
I don't think so.
Okay. Hakika.
From Kuntuzampo to Vajrasattva, the god of Dorje, to my own Lama Lord Protector, who remains on my crown chakra. Fervently and with deep yearning, I pray to you, Gurus of the great perfection lineage. May your blessings of wisdom and great compassion dispel the fog of dualistic mind into primordial space. And may the sun of awareness beyond extreme always shine on sentient beings, creating the true benefit. Well, thank you for this opportunity, Pinnacle. And I thought I would offer two poems, two simple poems.
Okay. Could you pull your computer so that we can see your whole face?
Where's my face? Okay, wait a minute.
Or
I have
if you move a little forward or backward. Thank you.
Me? Can you see
Yeah.
me?
If we don't see your full face, your
You
full
don't
face
see
is
my
cut off.
face. Well, wait just a minute, because I have to make this bigger if you want me to go back. If I can, I'll make this bigger. Okay. And I have to make the next one. I'm reading two poems. One is, I have to find it. Sorry. I thought I was ready here, but it looks like I went the wrong direction. I'm sorry, I'm taking time. You want to start with someone else? Okay. Okay, this is for us as Dharma practitioners. I did make this one a little bigger, so you have to excuse me a little bit if my face is too close. My eyes don't work like they used to. But this is for the Dharma practitioners, all of us. This is a poem that I wrote early in the morning. It's called Woke Up This Morning. Woke up this morning trying to breathe, but the source of breath was still sleeping in the hush of confusion. Woke up this morning looking for a change, but the source of change was still sleeping in the hush of dullness. Woke up this morning, eyes fully open, but the source of seeing was still sleeping Oh, I'm sorry. I just moved something that I should not have moved. I'm sorry. I have to start again. Oh, golly. Mm. Okay, here we go. Put my finger in the right place here. Okay. Woke up this morning trying to breathe, but the source of breath was still sleeping in the hush of confusion. Woke up this morning looking for a change, but the source of change was still sleeping in the hush of dullness. Woke up this morning, eyes fully open, but the source of seeing was still sleeping in the hush of obscurity. Oh, I did it again. Ah, this is awesome. Woke up this morning needing to remember, but the source of knowing was still sleeping in the hush of ignorance. Woke up this morning knowing I better practice, but the practice was still sleeping in the sacred place of waiting. Woke up this morning wearing off, weaning off sleeping, but the habit of not doing was lurking very close by in the shadows of my being. Woke up this morning folding my legs, sitting up straight and focused, but comfortably placed, pushed beyond frustration. Woke up this morning, relaxed into the sitting, dusting off the distraction, invited precious blessings of rainbows until finally I woke up this morning. So that's the first one. Of course, you know I'm talking about myself, obviously. This is in celebration of the Day of the Tiger. In my family, we have uh, 3 people who are tigers. I'm the Earth Tiger. My grandson is Fire Tiger, and my daughter is Water Tiger. So this is dedicated to my daughter. It's called Wake Up, Earth Tiger Woman. It's time to take care of the cubs, tiger, dragon, horse, and monkey, and all others unnamed. It's hunting time. Wake up to the new day, the early morning sun lighting your way. The cubs are crying. Their survival depends on themselves, but until they can see, you, Earth Tiger Woman, plant your 4 immeasurable steady feet until use your terrifying roar, gather the proper food to satisfy their hunger. To kill again is not your wish, but you must make a way for the famished to be satisfied with the most nutritious of substances. You won't have to go far, for the best of all foods is nearby. Use your quiet attentiveness, point into the right direction. Wake up, Earth Tiger Woman. Your beauty entrances others. Use it to good advantage. No need to run. Sustenance is within reach. Pause and smell sweet floating aroma. See with those trained eyes the vastness of opportunities. Listen to the echo, your own sweet breath. Wake up, Earth Tiger Woman. To kill grows ever nearer. No need to move. Closer still. Get ready to pounce duality's life breath. Only remains needed to satisfy those cubs. And you, Earth Tiger Woman, need nothing at all. You have everything. Earth, proper support. Tiger, strength of resolve. woman, spacious. Is there anything else? So I want you right now, those of you who are watching, with your mouth closed, remember that when you hear the purr of a cat, and in this case it's the tiger, that purr is actually the sound of hum. So say just hum to yourself. Hmm, hmm. And when you open your mouth, it comes out with hmm, hmm, hmm. So allow the hum to travel and go everywhere in the shrine room, everywhere in your shrine room, everywhere in space, everywhere where it's needed, because the hum syllable is the purring of the tiger supporting the Lama, the most gracious and generous Lama, the one who was the last in the nation. And we are the support. So be that support, earth, tiger, and woman. At this very moment, for the peoples and the nations of the earth, may not even the name, disease, famine, war, and suffering be heard. Rather may their moral conduct, merit, wealth, and prosperity increase, and may supreme good fortune and well-being always arise for them. And so it is.
Thank you, Hakika. That's beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Next one is Eugene.
An palame sangirin poche, chopalame damchirin poche, jun palame gindun poche, chapne conchosum la che parabo. Take to de chakeri sutun, jengi mirtut de kijan, puntompa, sergi lun putta barji paid ku, shache del pojapla che parabo. Gagar panchen, burla kadjinje, pema lechu, kula de drome. Data lonnen sinpo kanenje, urgen pema jungne la selvade. Kunzong der Simgarab Sheri Song, Padma Garajibang Yeshuna Suzurnubna Terhonga Sasok, Gater Lama Namla Zilwade. Zaling Zeke Juni Dudidang, Tu Jalun Tuk Nam Page Tungayang, Nocto Damperbe Perzu Tozuki, Korechaku, Tok Pelong Chenpa Jame Zel Zapla Zewade. Shaja Kunkin Jolajet Setere Jimea Zereyam Tultutta, Long Chen Nam Kenil Drepa, Jigme Lampe Japla Zildavade de Sum Kunkin Pema Jungneje, Zabterapang Asa Kurloger Sangeling Pe Young Tult Pesulchang, Kung Zanjin Pe Japla Zilawade. Papa Jiktin Manchutu Jetul Joa Tarling Japechup. De puncho jul sede din lonchen nel japa jig megal ve nirges adip John Pelgin la bi men par gel sejla jeyang si chusumpa kabab de den pema jul nani jam yang ken se wan pe so ade chitar gel vezi poji jiwala nang tarjupe wang churawari sangwa pacho dungil ranjo nga jigme choki wang parasalwade dawe jinje janjup sinjo jong kezo tarchen kade yermeto chose ko gongpa chose choku gompa tub tano tempi ni me japla zulwade de sumgalwe chapdak doje jemese gume gadroki bimala Yerme rigzinagi wampeja zilwa depsa dungu gumpa solchogi lama namki jal sabtu wankurlun jinje me jindinche bepe nilje kumpanzo jempa sangi dorje japla silwade sedang jupa nyampara jingil parjingilop min chekin ingi pojong dusum sangi kung gingo ni ransen chukungoto sumtan zepa zawe la me japla zawade ni lutu parke wa jingilo je ne kulu changwa po yeshe jon warap chuga jitin misin besalwa jampela la sawade je ne kulu changwa po yeshe jon warap chugan jitin misilva jampela yam la zawade de je ne kulu changwa po yeshe jon warap chugan jiktin women selva jampe young la zawade marapa janadi marapa janadi marapa janadi marapa janadi marapa janadi marapa janadi di. Thank you, Kempo. Some of the song I don't know by your faces. I know only your faces. I'm a YouTuber. I just wanted to share some personal thoughts about the Lama Jangbo, or the calling the Lama from afar. We sang this particular one this afternoon, and that one, written by Khenpo Nakchang, has a very special place in my heart. So why do we call the Lama? In my practice, I've seen that why changes over time. Remember when I was new to the Tibetan traditions, the first time I received a major empowerment from one of my teachers, there was something that changed inside of me, and I didn't know it until much later. And something I can't explain in words. And I got home and I started ironing some shirts for the next day, and I just spontaneously broke out singing, shouting, or vocalizing Rinpoche, Rinpoche, Rinpoche. And I had no idea why. And the longing for my teacher was so strong. Some of you may not know I've been away for a good bit of time. Khenpo tells all of us, and he repeats certain things over and over again. And these things kept popping into my mind as I went about my practice, my retreat practice. And last time, a number of years ago, 4 years ago, I think now, that I did a 100-day retreat, one of the things Khenpo kept telling me again and again was, keep praying to Guru Rinpoche, keep praying to Guru Rinpoche. And I thought that seemed like a very mundane piece of advice. And honestly, don't listen, Khenpo. I didn't take it seriously until I got into the middle of the retreat. And then I saw how that instruction begins to take root and takes hold and carries us through our practice deeper and deeper. Khenpo very seldom talks about himself, but I recall a couple of times that when he spoke about his late mother, how she devoted herself to memorizing prayers. And at first I thought that seems impossible. It seems really arduous. But even that advice has been a source of countless blessings for me. So this Lama Jangbo the text that we sang at the beginning of the second session today, I started to try to memorize it about a month before I left up for my retreat last October, because I wanted to chant it every day, session after session, and I can't begin to express how powerful it is. Every Lama Jangbo that I've received, and if you take a look at it, one begins to see it's a complete practice in and of itself of a kind of guru yoga, if you will. There's refuge, or there's bodhicitta, there's the four thoughts, and there's merging indivisibly with the Lama.
Khenpo Nakching in the text reminds us of our refuge vow and our bodhisattva vows, turning our minds to the truth path. And we're reminded that within all of us are these obscurations, these afflictive emotions, and we love our suffering. We love to keep piling up our karmic debts more and more and more. But in isolated, solitary places, one can begin to look at those afflictions and at that delusion, to look at our own suffering and remember the first teaching of Lord Buddha, the truth of suffering and the cessation of suffering. So a friend said to me before I left last October, he said, enjoy a peaceful retreat. And a long retreat is anything but peaceful, because you're working with your mind, at least in my experience. And it's not easy actually to directly look and face one's obscurations and delusion, one's pride and arrogance, one's attachments and ignorance. But in holy, isolated places, one can confront these afflictions with kindness and with compassion. The land is tamed. In this Lama Jangbo text reminds us of our bodhisattva vows, but also reminds us how we cling to and reify this relative world and these experiences. So he reminds us of Buddha's teachings on emptiness and how through practice we can work towards the twofold benefit. In solitary mountains, your only friends are deer, snow rabbits, birds, the howling wind, and sometimes the yapping of coyotes that might eat you. And it's tempting, as the text says, to begin to long for home, for friends, or to be distracted and so on. And that's why exactly we need to keep praying to Guru Rinpoche, to keep calling on the Lama. For me, that's the turning point. During intense practice, when it's under the most arduous conditions, snow, cold, and how dry the air is and how it affects you, your body, boredom, distraction, all the aches and pains, we call the Lama, and at the very least, that karma is interrupted. We realize that we truly, like the text says, we lack faith in the Buddhas above, and that our compassion towards sentient beings below is meager, and that I'm draped in all these kinds of maroon robes and equipment, and it's just a facade. But calling the Lama from your heart, I found won't necessarily solve our relative problems, but it can help us to accomplish our practice. Khenpo Nakching reminds us of the illusory world, the transitory world, Lord Buddha's teachings on emptiness and the absolute truth. But I found this particular text, by calling again and again from your heart, especially in our desperation, some things begin to change. The mind relaxes. Understanding and concentration can increase. We remember pith instructions of our teachers. We begin to lay aside personal self a little bit more, and we gain greater confidence in the practice. But for me, most of all, we become profoundly grateful to our teachers, because we see for ourselves that what they've taught us, the sacred Dharma, is the sublime medicine. So being grateful to the Lama at the deepest level is the Lama is the embodiment of the three jewels. So truth, devotion, and faith and diligence in our practice and study begin to increase more and more and more. I think that calling the Lama practice is very profound, and it begins with reminding us again and again to whom our true reliance should be upon until we reach the heart of Buddhahood. Sukni Rinpoche once joked about why it's important to make supplications to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and forgive me for imitating his voice. He would say, "Hey, you're Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, please help. It's your job to help. Why you Buddha if you don't help? So it's very sweet. There are many, many, many calling the Lama texts, and all of the ones that I've met are so rich and very powerful, and I highly recommend them as a regular daily practice. When we supplicate with this fervent devotion, picture our Lama from the depths of our hearts, because especially in solitary retreat for a long time, there's no one else there. There's no one there. We can cry out, Rinpoche, Rinpoche, like I did that very first time, but no one's going to answer. But if somebody does, maybe it's time to see another kind of doctor. Sukni Rinpoche also loves to say, we will always be interconnected. And if you ever need me, just dial 0. So I call upon all of us to pray constantly to the Lama, to our teachers, to all the Buddhas, because in the great compassion, they hear us. They will help our practice and our realization and our devotion. And what we once thought was impossible might become possible. What was once an obstacle becomes the achievement. What used to be false becomes the qualities, to borrow from Virupa, and the poisons, the primordial wisdoms. These things can really happen, and our gratitude that I'm talking about becomes boundless, without end. And we're grateful to all our lamas, and when we have this gratitude and devotion, we want to pray for the health, the enlightened activity, and the longevity of our teachers. We become grateful not just to them, but to every single person who has shown us kindness, and more, even to our enemies and to those who might have harmed us, because all of them, the texts say, have been our kind parents since beginning of this time, and now they're suffering. So, calling the Lama with mindfulness as our sentinel, let us look into our own face and behold the inexpressible absolute Lama, and then simply rest, remaining like the sky. It's then, as we read this afternoon, the Ching said, when immeasurable blessings can come for ourselves and for many sentient beings. And it's then that whatever arises is liberated in its own place. So call the Lama again and again and again, and then see what happens. Gancha dangme mero shiksho, Gonkyo dangyer mero shisho, Gancha dangyer mero shisho. Namdi tamte sipa ni top ni pe jana pamshi ni ke gana chi balon the pai si pe sole jo ajawasho. Lama kun kam sawa sawa de chuchu to setting war sawa de chinli darjingi para sawa de lama jong de elwa me pai chinki lo.
Thank you very much, Eugene. That's beautiful. Thank you so much. Okay, now let's see who's next. Valeria. Valeria.
Thank you, Kempa. I'm a little nervous to even call it a teaching. So can I just do a shorter version of reading, because I feel might be a little, yeah. to the precious Buddha, the supreme teacher, to the precious holy Dharma, the supreme protector, to the precious Sangha, the supreme guide, to the three jewels, the supreme refuge, I make offerings. By compassionate, skillful means, you're born in a Shakya lineage. You're vanquished the host of Mara, whom no other could. Your body resplendent like a golden mountain. At your feet, Sakya king, I make offerings. The great Pandita of India is the immensely kind one to Tibet. Born from a lotus, your wisdom body has no death or transition. Right now, you're subduing the Rakshas in southwest island. Longchenpa, June, to you I pray. It is known that this was composed by Minlunga Karma Chakme. I supplicate Pema Dakini for the source of cities and meditation absorptions, and all the lamas of Longchenpa lineage, Samantabhadra, Vajrasattva, Garab Dorje, Sri Sangha, Padmakara, 25 disciples, kings and subjects. And I pray for all beings to attain enlightenment and arouse the mind of bodhicitta in in whom it was not recently at rise, and get more and more in people who already have it. And I just want to I was thinking, I want to make a connection with Longchenpa. He was one of my first teachers that came through books and sparked my mind. And I'm super happy to learn it more and go deeper into the wisdom mind that slowly opening itself to the space where I am right now. And one of the books that talked to me right from the beginning was The Four Immeasurably Great Catalysts of Beings. And I didn't understand, and I'm still trying to understand the difference between the referential, non-referential, but the idea of love, compassion, joy, and equanimity being a great aid, especially if you set your mind on the way of liberation. How it's in the world, they can be just sentiments or can lead, and feels like, yeah, the love can save the world, but actually if it's limited and the mind is limited, that takes it in, it can only lead to frustration, to attachment, to drama. And so is the compassion. You can, you want to remove the suffering from others, but if you don't see a bigger picture, that can lead to fatigue, to frustration, to there's too much suffering. There's just too much. You would not know what to do with it. And so going between the two directions, the one that just seems like a good intention, but leads to more suffering, while the other one can be a catalyst, can help little by little to turn the mind from self-grasping and very limited perspective of I, my own concern, and the one that are close to me, and expand it little by little to more people and to more beings, and then to the reality itself of being as it is. Not that I know what it is, but so I just want to read the one passage probably from there. Those a man who, by having taken refuge, has become the site for spiritual growth, will cultivate his mind for the welfare of those who are alive by letting the flower of compassion blossom in the soil of love and tending it with the pure water of equanimity in the cool shade of joyfulness. I just want to, a little bit more on equanimity. For me, it became a little bit more personal, and I didn't think what equanimity really means. Like, it was more like a more passive, like not liking somebody as much. So it was some confusion. So it was very helpful to reread it again. And the idea of the people close and, your family, your friends, the people you love dearly, near and dear, versus the people whom you don't like, and the people who you don't know, or you don't care much, or you know very lightly, and you don't have particular emotional connection with them. And as a gardener, that metaphor of creating the space creating the space before you do any planting, before you throw the seeds of love and anything else, for the beginners to start with equanimity and start with mitigate your emotions a little bit, because attachment to near and dear, and the hatred to one that you really don't like are such extreme that holds the mind very strongly. To find in that middle ground where you're not impartial, you're not like you don't care, but you care equally for all beings. And all beings, that inclusion, it's already big. So just starting with calming down the attachment and calming down the aversion, the hatred and attachment, the cupidity, that love that kind of makes you do stupid things. Just come to some level where you don't have the bias. And so the Longchenpa is going, especially in the commentaries, he's going on the necessity for contemplating equanimity and talking about different life, this life and previous life. So just taking this life and expanding it. So you don't think only about this life, but you think the life that came and the life that might come. And so that can help to include all beings. And then questioning enemies versus friends, how even in this life that can change from one to another. The people you love actually can be your worst enemies, even in this life. And if you think of the possibility of more lives and more encounters, you will see that's very unreliable. And then the actual focus of equanimity, the emotional torment of beings. May I develop the mind of equanimity so as to calm the emotions of being together with their underlying tendency. May all beings who are tormented by fierce hatred and attachment toward those near and far become impartial, free from hatred and attachment. And expanding from the people that you know and you have emotional connections, either positive or negative, to more beings, to all beings. And then the one that I cannot really talk yet, but the idea of going beyond what is perceived, what is relative, or what is absolute, what is to get to non-duality. So there are ways to cultivate the mind, and equanimity is a good ground to start that cultivation. So the seeds of joy and love and compassion can bring the good flowers and fruit to our practice. Thank you. May the merit, through this merit, may attain all seeing omniscience and vanquish the enemies, the afflictions and defilements. May sentient beings pounded by turbulent waves of birth, aging, sickness, and death be liberated from the ocean of cyclic existence. Thank you.
Thank you, Valeria. Thank you. Okay, that's very good. Okay, so next one. Is that Zaki? Your camera is upside down. Do you realize that? Can you make it go the other way?
Does anybody know how to turn a camera upside down?
No. Are you on your laptop?
I'm on my laptop, yeah.
Oh,
I was also a little surprised to see myself upside down, to be honest.
I don't know. Can you turn the laptop upside down?
I'm not sure. I mean,
I think on your camera you can flip the angle. You can.
I see on the screen, maybe? No.
video settings.
No.
Okay, while you're figuring out, it's Michelle. Michelle, I saw Michelle was here, but where did she go? We will wait for her to come back. So meanwhile, somebody else can. Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, one more time.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
oops. Okay.
There you go. Okay, Michelle, we'll wait for Michelle, but meanwhile,
yeah, I'm
Lindsay.
sorry, I'm not doing it.
You're not speaking?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Lindsay, okay.
Okay. To the precious Buddha, the supreme teacher, to the precious holy Dharma, the supreme protector, to the precious Sangha, the supreme guide, to the three jewels, the supreme refuge, I make offerings. By the compassionate, skillful means, you were born in the Sakya lineage. You vanquished the hosts of Maras whom no other could. Your body is resplendent like a golden mountain. At your feet, Sakya King, I make offerings. The great Pandita of India is the immensely kind one to Tibet. Born from a lotus, your wisdom body has no death or transition. Right now, you are subduing the Rakshas in the Southwest Island. Orgam Pema Jugne, to you I pray. It is known that this was composed by the Bodhisattva Minlungpa Karma Chakme. In the meditation, in the lion meditation cave of Paro Taksong, you annihilated unruly Maras, wrong view holders, and Damsi spirits. You concealed great Terma treasures in sacred places, snow mountains, cliffs. You care for sentient beings of the future and the degenerated times with loving kindness. I fervently pray to Dorje Jolotsal. I fervently pray to Urgyen Pema Jumne. To Samanta Vajra, Vajrasattva, Gerab Dorje, Sri Singha, Padmakara, and his 25 disciples, king and subjects, So Zyur, Nuk Nyak, the 100 Teratons, and so forth. To all the lamas of the Kama and Terma lineages, I supplicate. Although you possess the power, equal and innate compassion, scriptural learning and realization, to that of the 6 ornaments and the 2 excellent ones who adorned the world, you maintained a hidden discipline in holy forest hermitages. Longchenpa of the vast expanse of being in which samsara and nirvana are perfect and complete as Dharmakaya. Venerable Drime Ozer, at your feet I supplicate. The Omniscient One, the treasure source of compassion for sentient beings, the further emanation of Drime Ozer, revealer of the wisdom mind treasure storehouse, yogi of the vast great expanse of utter lucidity, Rigzin Jigme Lingpa, at your feet I supplicate. Lord Padmasambhava, omniscient throughout the 3 times, enthroned as the wheel-holding monarch, the sovereign of the profound treasures. You emanated as Sangye Lingpa's further emanation in the secret manner. Kunzang Chimpintaye, Jigme Trinle Ozer, at your feet I supplicate. To the compassionate emanation of the noble Avalokiteshvara, the supreme captain who guides sentient beings to the shore of liberation, whoever is connected with you is the yogi of the vast expanse. To Jigme Gyoe Nyugyu I supplicate. To the emanation of Vimalamitra, blessed by Manjushri, the 13th incarnation of Prince Laje, the holder of the 7 transmissions, the treasure revealer Pema Doknak Lingpa, to Jamyang Kinse Wangpo I supplicate. To the one whose outer aspect is that of the Bodhisattva Shantideva, whose inner aspect is that of the Lord Asiddha Shavaripa, and whose secret aspect is that of Chenrezig, the noble Lord of the self-liberation of suffering, to Jigme Choki Wangpo, Patrul Rinpoche, I supplicate. You trained in supreme bodhicitta by caring for others more than yourself. You realized samsara and nirvana as an undula by perfecting the generation and completion practice. You culminated the wisdom realization of the consummate phenomena of Dharmakaya. Tempe Nima, at your feet I supplicate. Vajrasattva, the Lord Protector, embodiment of the victorious ones of the 3 times, manifesting the magical wisdom dance of Vimalamitra, inseparable from the wisdom holder Nagi Wangpo Longchenpa. Kempo Nongchung, to you I supplicate, grant me the absolute wisdom realization. By the Supreme Lamas, as a regent, you were empowered and prophesied to perform impartial benefit for others. A Dzogchen hidden yogi who abandoned everything. Jajo Rinpoche, Sangye Dorje, at your feet I supplicate. Bless me so I engage in accomplishment until the end of my life. From the Dharma Dhatu Palace of Akanishta, the embodiment of the Buddhas of the 3 times, you actually pointed out my mind as Dharmakaya. Sawe Lama, at your feet I supplicate, at your feet I pray. Bless me so I may realize the abiding nature. Okay, so in order to bring all motherly sentient beings to the state of perfect and complete Buddhahood, I am going to offer Patrul Rinpoche's prayer of praise to Khenpo Sonam Rinpoche, the Sangha, Longchenpa, and the rest of the lamas of the Longchen lineage. So please listen with the vast motivation of the Bodhisattva. The Lord of the Dharma, Patrul Rinpoche, composed the following prayer of praise to Longchenpa. Nomo Sarva Jane Guruye. I pay homage to one endowed with the mandala of true perfection, the limitless qualities of victorious ones without exception, the omniscient guru who serves as the courageous regent of all victorious ones. The primordial grounded being as basic space is the expanse of perfect qualities. For you, phenomena have resolved into their true nature within the womb of supreme emptiness. With the vast array of your wisdom, you know with precision all that can be known. Omniscient Guru, you are one who knows all. Hearing even a fragment of a single word of the excellent explanatory teachings of this Lord of Refuge causes the fabric of conditioned existence to be truly rent asunder. What need then to speak of one who listens to and contemplates his works in their entirety, the complete range of his teachings? Through the power of their meditative stability, which confers courage and other qualities, victorious ones and their great spiritual heirs enact all manner of noble and worthy deeds through their various emanated forms, both spiritually advanced and quite ordinary beings. This sublime Nirmanakaya, this omniscient master, thus protected beings in degenerating times using the means of a victorious one and ensured that the teachings of the Vajra heart essence were eliminated by cycles of instruction concerning the pinnacle approach that brings freedom upon being heard. The utterly pure nectar of the excellent explanatory teachings of this perfect Buddha, the omniscient guru, is such that only a cow with upper teeth would not understand this sublime transmission of the Dharma, words spoken from the Buddha's lips. All who have good fortune rejoice. See with certainty that this master is a Buddha. Studying the excellent explanatory teachings of the omniscient guru is not different in the slightest from meeting the Buddha. The major and minor marks of the sage's physical perfection are nectar to the eyes, arousing the three aspects of faith in the minds of the fortunate. But the words of these excellent explanatory teachings are also the Nirmanakaya manifesting as an art form. There is nothing better than this to nurture one's faith. The melodious tones of the teacher are nectar to the ears, arousing sublime knowing in the minds of the fortunate. But the sentences of these excellent explanatory teachings are also nectar to the ears. There is nothing equal to them in nurturing one's knowledge. The blessings of the victorious one are nectar to the heart, revealing the truth in the minds of the fortunate. But the noble meanings of these excellent explanatory teachings are also nectar to the heart. There is nothing greater than they for nurturing one's experience of timeless awareness. Blessed with the power of his completely liberated mind of meditative absorption, these works, upon being studied, unfailingly awaken the experience of the true nature of phenomena in one's mind. They can instantly reveal the enlightened intent of original purity, and so are peerless in breaking down one's ordinary perceptions. The play of these words is the very manifestation of the lion of the Sakyas. The sentences they form are the speech of the omniscient guru. The meanings they convey are the mind of all victorious ones. To behold these excellent works is to behold all Sugatas. Now that we are in the final period of the 500-year cycle of teachings, the Buddha himself attested to the fact that the forms this master's words take, the manifest play of his excellent speech, embody the actual presence of the teacher. These excellent explanations of noble meaning, the seven treasuries, and other works represent the entire body of the teachings, the Dharma that leads to Buddhahood in a single lifetime. Who would deny that these drops of nectar, this profound path, are the words of an omniscient guru? Spontaneous presence is imbued with qualities that are extremely vast in scope, while original purity is imbued with the profundity of basic space. The primordial unity of these is the pinnacle approach, the teachings of the Vajra heart essence. What could there be besides this secret, the enlightened mind of victorious ones? The form of the sage is beautiful, like a mountain of gold. Although to behold the Rupakaya is extraordinary, the pinnacle approach reveals the indestructible, indescribable nature of phenomena. Surely this is the good fortune of beholding Dharmakaya. All that the protector came to understand while under the Bodhi tree, and all the truth seen by heirs of victorious ones, the inexpressible ultimate meaning, is revealed through skillful means of a single word from the excellent explanatory teachings of the omniscient guru. Dzogchen is the complete perfection of all things that contribute to enlightenment, which, without exception, are positive by nature. It is the monument to the Dharmakaya of all victorious ones. There is no better focus for merit than this. Dzogchen reveals what is both vast and profound, all of the inconceivably sublime qualities referred to in every one of the sage's discourses. Such are the qualities of this approach, which reveals in all its nakedness the vast and profound nature of phenomena. Therefore, the fortune of those who hear even a single word of these texts, and those who remember them, read them, and put them into practice, is equal to that of anyone who hears, remembers, reads, and practices all of the victorious one's teachings. The resulting merit is the same. The ultimate meaning of the 84,000 collections of teachings is surely subsumed within the expanse of awareness. Why then would this meaning not be contained in a single verse of these profound teachings? For they are the excellent explanatory teachings of the Omniscient Guru, which give expression to it. Encountering them even for an instant with a mind filled with faith arouses a deep yearning in one's heart, which clears the murkiness of negative emotions as a matter of course. The excellent explanatory teachings of the Omniscient Guru bring liberation upon sight. Hearing a single word causes a peaceful state of meditative absorption to arise effortlessly in anyone's mind, completely removing the dust of conceptual thought. The excellent explanatory teachings of the Omniscient Guru bring liberation upon hearing. They have a peaceful, soothing, and gentle texture that removes the flawed roughness of intellectual pedantry. They are the deathless approach that dispels the pain of samsara. The excellent explanatory teachings of the Omniscient Guru bring liberation upon touch. They have the delicious flavor of the nectar of noble and profound meaning. The smallest taste nourishes one's body, listening to, contemplating, and meditating on the teachings, so that it soars in basic space, the true nature of phenomena, like a bird in flight. The excellent explanatory teachings of the Omniscient Guru bring liberation upon taste. Thus did the Omniscient Guru reveal in excellent works the entire range of the Victorious One's teachings. Never before had any of the wise masters of India and Tibet left such a legacy to the world. The advice of the Omniscient Guru opens the doorway to the spiritual approaches based on causality and leads to the decisive experience of the uniformity of basic space, which involves no causality. There has never been another learned and accomplished master who has given such advice. These noble works are like the fully developed form of a lovely deity, whose every limb is graced with ornaments. Compared with these, the treatises of other learned masters are like mere fragments of those limbs strewn about. The Omniscient Guru's works are beautified by the holy embellishments of noble words and poetic expressions. Their great meaning is the youthful, vigorous body of all the Victorious One's teachings. They wear a crown topped with a sublime gem, the pinnacle of spiritual approaches. These noble works are truly like the Lord of the gods. The staircases of the developmental path of spiritual approaches based on causality are laid out. The dome of the path of the supreme secret is majestic and imposing. The blazing pinnacle is the arrival of the four kayas of spontaneous presence. These noble works are truly like a palace of complete victory. The realm of desire results from the 10 virtuous actions, the imposing Lord of mountains. The realm of formlessness results from meditative absorption, gathering clouds of peace. The realm of form results from the noble path, the perfect pinnacle realm. These noble works are truly like the three realms. They guide any who are to be guided according to their interests. They distinctly explain things that are to be known in all their variety. They do not stray from the expanse of ultimate equalness. These noble works are truly like a perfect Buddha. They reveal all of the unlimited variations of spiritual paths. They delineate the 9 approaches according to the intellectual examination of the paths based on causality. Renunciation and acceptance resolve within the expanse of the direct experience of utter lucidity. These noble works are truly like both conditioned existence and the peace of nirvana. To understand their meaning is the path of the Vajraheart essence, the profound key point of the secret Nyingtik, like one's heart. Other treatises by learned masters that do not reveal this point, though seemingly like lovely bodies, are corpses that lack this heart. The very likeness of realization, the song of the Vajraheart essence, is a speech that reveals the true nature of phenomena directly perceptible in all its nakedness. To listen to this upwelling advice, even for an instant, unfailingly arouses the timeless awareness of utter lucidity in one's mind. More profound than the profound is the precious basic space of phenomena. It is a unique treasury of realization, the timeless awareness realized by the lineage of blessings. These works are like the advent of one's experience of the true Dharmakaya. For those who put them into practice, there will be no more rebirth in conditioned existence. Such pith instructions as these, revealing the Omniscient Guru's enlightened mind, unobstructed awareness in all its nakedness, are actual Buddhahood, the actual Dharma, and spiritual mentors if one feels devotion for them. They are what is known as the fourth empowerment, the consummation of the profound key points of all classes of Tantra. The totality of the four levels of empowerment is embodied in the empowerment into the dynamic energy of awareness. This is apparent in noble works like these, but not in others. The illusory form of the omniscient Guru's rainbow body is not something that existed in the past, but is now gone. It is right before you if you could only see it. But if your perception is obscured by concepts, what would be the point even if it actually appeared? These key points of enlightened speech are the likeness of realization. The words and their underlying meaning are infused with the blessings of supreme timeless awareness. They were entrusted as words of truth to those with devotion. If one relies on them with certainty, they are the Guru himself. Having aroused devotion, when one examines and understands the words and their underlying meaning, for as long as one studies noble works like these, how could one's mind possibly stray from the sublime experience of the direct perception of utter lucidity? Other treatises are pedantic, at best, with too many concepts. Looking at them only increases one's confused thinking. But to hear even a single word from the works of the Omniscient Guru, which reveal what is beyond ordinary consciousness, is to effortlessly experience meditative absorption. One gets lost in many ordinary works involving convoluted pedantry. Such dalliance is meaningless and wearying. But the works of the Omniscient Guru lend one ease on the jeweled staircase of excellent words and their underlying meaning. Partial knowledge is like a winged bee, whose fantasy of circling the world can never come true. But upon reaching the summit of Sumeru, the Vajraheart essence, one soars like the most majestic of the great Garudas, with the 9 spiritual approaches clearly laid out beneath. The treatises of the immature are filled with childish arguments, their authors obsessed with their own opinions of what is or is not. But the straightforward, excellent explanatory teachings of Omniscient Guru reflect a mature intelligence that has experienced the uniform nature of phenomena. When you feel confused or ignorant or in doubt, consult these noble works, and the sword of sublime knowing found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings will cut through the web of confusion. When the fog of excessive conceptualization enshrouds you, consult these noble works, and the Vajra of timeless awareness found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings will knock down the walls of concepts based on confusion. When the pain of emotionality based on confusion afflicts you, consult these noble works, and the bonfire of realization found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings will instantly consume the fuel of negative emotions. When you are distracted by circumstances and filled with regret, consult these noble works, and the sublime healing nectar found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings will soothe and restore your mind with renunciation. When you are dwelling in a solitary place, consult these noble works, and the comforting ally of awareness found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings will allow you to pass your time, day and night, in spiritual practice. When you feel attachment and aversion in the midst of too many people, consult these noble works, and the jeweled staircase found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings will bring you ease of mind within the uniform expanse of being. When you are obsessed with the concepts of intellectual speculation, consult these noble works, and the key of skillful means found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings will release you from the chains of belief in the seeming truth of things. When your meditation is hindered by laxity, agitation, or dullness, consult these noble works, and the pith instructions on key points found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings will arouse an excellent flawless state of peaceful meditative absorption within you. When you are threatened by illness or suffering, consult these noble works, and the Philosopher's Stone, which turns base metal into gold, found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings, will transform negative circumstances into positive ones. When your realization, the dynamic energy of awareness, intensifies, consult these noble works, and the enriching key points found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory works will directly introduce you to equalness within the expanse of Dharmakaya. When random meditative experiences arise, consult these noble works, and the spontaneous Vajra song found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teaching will cause uncontrived conduct to flourish in a state without fixation. When you feel uncontrollably concerned with sense pleasures and personal wealth, consult these noble works, and the peacock, which delights in poison, found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings, will allow you to enjoy whatever you desire as an adornment in a state without fixation. When you feel self-important, caught on the dualistic horns of hope and fear, consult these noble works, and the means of cutting through the maras found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings will grant you the confidence to enjoy uncontrived conduct. When in an entrenched state of confusion you reify things, consult these noble works, and the magician's advice found in the Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings will eliminate the turmoil of taking things to be so solid and real. The Omniscient One's excellent explanatory teachings, like a treasure trove of gems, are truly a necklace of qualities whose value is inestimable. I lack the confidence to do them justice, so how could I convey all there is to say about them? In countless realms, these praiseworthy works serve as the basis for the holy spiritual advice of victorious ones and their learned heirs. They are truly the province of the most precious, sagacious insight. In the playful realm of the learned, like the vault of space, I, a person of ordinary intelligence, am a winged bee, whose buzzing is a song of praise. Intoned with joy in the garden of these excellent explanatory teachings, feel this joy also, you fortunate ones who share my purpose. Sip sweet nectar from these blossoms again and again. Join me in hymns of praise, and inexhaustible certainty will be yours. The virtue of this noble undertaking is like a cloud of what is truly praiseworthy. I dedicate it not so that we remain within two extremes, trying to gain peace in samsara or to find some worldly purpose in nirvana, but so that we may fulfill the enlightened intent of the victorious ones and their heirs. When I think of the wisdom of the hero Manjushri, whose color is like twilight's glow and who blazes with the splendor of the major and minor marks of perfection, I aspire to follow his example without false hope, dedicating the merit completely by letting go of the ordinary mind that invests all things with seeming truth. Moreover, I pray that henceforth I might reach the threshold of the wealth of skillful means for bringing beings to spiritual maturity and liberation, conferred by the Omniscient One in the lineage, and that my begging bowl of threefold faith might never be empty, so that I have the good fortune to look upon the Guru in lineage as the most humble one among them. Whenever conditioned existence and the peace of nirvana blend in a state of equalness, the pit of samsara is dredged from its depths, and one arises in the vase body. All samsara and nirvana, without exception, is this expanse of the single sphere of being. May we merge with the enlightened intent of the omniscient Guru. Through this merit, may I attain all-seeing omniscience and vanquish the enemies, the afflictions, and defilements. May sentient beings, pounded by the turbulent waves of birth, aging, sickness, and death, be liberated from the ocean of cyclic existence.
Thank you very much. Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, now we have first Linda. So right now Linda, then after Linda, Saki will.
Oh yeah, no. I'm just listening tonight. Linda or Belinda?
You.
Oh no. I was gonna do something from the songs of Milarepa, but it's too long, so I'm just listening.
You can choose a short one.
All right, we'll go have someone go first because
Okay.
I couldn't decide.
Saki, you can go. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me? Yeah, so actually I was on YouTube. I've been on YouTube all day. Usually I'm a little shy to come onto camera, but I heard Khenpo like say my name from the thing, so I figured I should come on, you know. So first of all, thank you to everybody for reading earlier today, the Choyingzo. It was very nice to hear the Tibetan and then English also. Also, I wasn't really sure what I was gonna talk about right now, but maybe I'll just share a short little something. Yeah, so like this, yeah. So I'll start with a short opening prayer, I guess. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness, may they experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly will I establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. The ground is sprinkled with scented water and strewn with flowers. It is adorned with Meru, the supreme mountain, the 4 continents, and the sun and the moon. As a Buddha field, I offer it. May all sentient beings attain the happiness of the Buddha fields. To the lamas who possess the 3 kayas, I offer the outer, inner, and secret offerings with my body, wealth, and all that is visible. Please grant me the supreme realization, enlightenment. Om Guru Deva Da Kini Ratna Mandala Pratija Swaha. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, requesting, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Unequaled refuge, ornaments of the world, your fame pervades the 3,000 worlds. You are the victors, Vajradharas, without a doubt. I bow at the feet of the Father, Maitreya Guru, Jigten Sumgun, Garchen Rinpoche, Mahaguru. Continuously I think of no one but you. Compassionate one, grant your blessings. Dispel the darkness that surrounds my heart. Please bless me so that I realize the unelaborated nature of mind. Please turn the wheel of the Dharma of the 2 vehicles and their combination, according to the disposition and likewise the mental capacities of sentient beings. Sanje Jodan Sodia Jognam La Jonju Baradu Dagni Chapsuji Dagni Jinso Jigris Solam Jedrola Benjer Sanje Drobasho Dorje Jang Chen Telo Narodang Marba Mila Chuji Gambo Ba Pagmadruba Jalwa Drigung Ba Kagila Manana Solva De Bamba Garjan Boje Mahat Sawela Mala Chak Salo Garjan Bojela Solva De Bamba Garjan Boje Jinjiro Bamba Garjan Boje Nadra Solama Garjan Boje Mahat Sawela Ma Jan 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 Lama Janoi Lama Janoi Lama Janoi Lama Janoi Magarjan Bujima Sawi Lama Shabla Bedo Garjan Gube Jazara Jabzuj Lama Zumbali. Oh yeah. So basically, I was trying to think of what to say, and I figure better than me just like talking. Maybe I'll share something from this book with you guys. So this is actually, this book just came out. It's a new book. It's called Vajrakilaya. It's a collection of teachings by Garchen Rinpoche that just came out like, I think 10 days ago. And it's a really very, very precious book, I feel. It was translated by Ari, who I know. She's like Rinpoche's old translator. And I guess, I mean, current translator, obviously, because she did this. But so there's a lot of really amazing teachings in here. And it's like specific to Vajrakilaya, but as it says like in the intro to the book, that basically the teachings are kind of they apply to any like deity yoga practice, essentially Yidam deity practice. Yeah, so it's like really nice instructions, and then the actual practice is in the back of the book too. So I thought I'd just read the lineage supplication out loud, which is like 3 pages. It's 3-4 pages. So I'll just read that for my little contribution, basically. So it's the lineage supplication. I guess the full title I'll read out loud too. It's called Melodious Mara Destroying Vajra Song, the lineage supplication that encompasses the Buddha word and treasure transmissions of Vajrakilaya. Yeah, so I'll just read it. This is the melody, I guess, that we use when we practice, like with Gartner Buche and so on. So I'll just read from here. To the Buddha word lineage I pray. Primal Kundu Zangbo Dorje Chan. 5 families blood drinking herukas. Great Lake Yewang Mo Prabhaspi. Vajra Drang Salvima Mitra. Queen of great bliss, Mara subduer. Sheila Manju worships great object. Lord and subject, you the 25. In particular, Nana mention. Shuburongzom and the clan of Khan. May I gain the fortress of the view. To the treasure lineage I pray. Jug Yewang Jug Blum Rigzen Godem. Sanjiling Badri Medorje and Rinjen Balzang Selfried Badmaling Dudul Nuden Zamling Dorje Sal Radhan Jug Yurling Ba and the rest. May I cross meditation's abyss to the Dharma keepers, transmitters, I pray. Manyak and the 8 named glorious, Nubsuzur Udren Lang Venerable, Acharya Nuru Lang Labjang Dur, for supreme and honored disciples, Darjarin Zangrug Jal Der Dagling, Venerable Jagme and all the rest. May I seize the conduct, the life force, to Kila's divine mandala host, I pray. Vajra Sattva, who's comprised of peaceful and
wrathful families, illusory displays. Dharme Vajra, master of the secrets, and Dorje Namjum, who cuts out confusion's root. Dharma, sphere-born body of compassionate wrath, actor of 100 moods, the blazing great. Mara, tamer, God who's perfected as one. The activities that suitably tame beings. Glorious great Vajra, Kumara, most supreme. Space and wisdom's union, Gorlogya Dema. 10 strengths and perfections, 10 wrathful pairs mode. Falcon, host, gate guards, almighties, and oath bounds. May I conquer Maras completely. Self-arisen Drigpa's mastery, the blue-black weapon shines forth in place of life force as primordial wisdom wrath. When the Dharma sphere is planted with all-pervasive wisdom's Kila May, all dualistic concepts be cut off. Skandhas, dhatus, ayatanas, the 3 seeds pack the Vajra channel wheels. Unelaborated consciousness is fulfilled as the Vajra great bliss. When the 6 wayfarers are struck by measureless compassion's Kila May, they possess compassion's great lifeline. Symbols, meaning, signs, the union of wisdoms with the Kayas radiate and gather dreadful, blazing, wrathful ones. When the mother sky is planted with bodhicitta's Kila May, clouds of emanations, foremost air stream forth. Sentient contents of existence grasp at 3 poisons and appearances. Yet as Vajra wrathfuls their complete, when harm doers are pinned by material Kilas of signs that won't let them go. May the pangs endured be finalized. The aggregates Mara conquered is freed into the ripened deity. The afflictions Mara
emptiness. The Lord of Death's Mara conquered finds the empowerment of immortal life. May the godson's Mara conquered yield spontaneous attainment of the grounds. Swiftly may I manifest the 8 qualities and 4 activities, specially having burnt the noxious hearts of hinderers, foes, and obstructors with fierce mantras, direct axe, fiery point. May I gain glorious Heruga stay. Oh yeah, so that's the lineage supplication. Yeah, maybe I'll recite the Vajrakilaya mantra 3 times, yeah, for auspicious sake. Then I'll be done here. So like this, yeah. This is the like slightly longer melody, I guess, of the Vajrakilaya mantra. Oh yeah. So that's the long melody, yeah, for Vajrakilaya mantra. So because it's Longchenpa's anniversary, there's one quote that Garchen Rinpoche always mentions by Longchenpa, like over and over again. So I'll just share that quote, I guess, also, which is, so he says, so it's actually really short. The quote is basically saying that other than realizing the nature of mind, there is no higher learning than that. And so, yeah, that's the one quote by Longchenpa that always stays in my mind, yeah? Yeah, so I think probably that's good for now. By this virtue of timelessness beyond the three times, may all beings be relieved from the suffering of poverty, hunger, and thirst. May all wishes and enjoyments be fulfilled, and at last may they swiftly attain the most excellent state of the Master Padmasambhava and Amitabha in the Buddha field of great bliss, and reach the ground of no return. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Oh yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. May all the obstacles in our path, our practice, and our life be completely dispelled by the blessings of Vajrakilaya. Thank you, Zaki. It's nice. Okay, so Linda, you have one?
Okay, yes, I have one, but I don't have what to say at the first. Can I just read this?
Yeah, you can just read
Okay.
it.
Okay, so this is from the Songs of Milarepa. Just there's so many, it's a random one. All right. During the waxing moon of the last month of autumn, when the master, the Jetsun Milarepa, and his students went to Kaitang and Parang, there were many people there. The Jetsun said to the benefactors, "We yogis here are begging for provisions." Among the group, there was a dark-skinned woman adorned with beautiful ornaments who asked, "Yogi, what are the names of your parents and family? Who are you?" In response to her questioning, the Jetsun sang this song of realization. I prostrate to the Lord Gurus. I supplicate you, please grant your blessings. I have a father, Kunta Zangpo, all excellent Samantabhadra. I have a mother, Drowa Sangmo, excellent lady. I have an elder brother, Tope Galpo, king of hearing. I have an aunt, Nangson Dronme, illuminating lamp. I have a sister, Depe Chame, lady of faith. I have a companion, Rachan Yeshe, self-arising wisdom. I have a son, Rikpe Ku Yuchang, small child of awareness. My texts are all of phenomenal existence. My stallion is the prana which consciousness rides. My benefactors are the 4 districts of U and Sang. I myself am a small white stupa. I never before have sung such a melody, so now I will make the words clear. My father, Kunta Zangpo, all excellent Samantabhadra, relies on view and meditation as a sustenance. For me, mundane appearances have never arisen. My mother, Drowa Sangbo, excellent lady, pours out the milk of key instructions to drink. I've never had a famine of practice. My brother, Tope Galpo, king of hearing, wields the sword of means and wisdom in hand. I rest with the cutting of phenomena imputations inside and out. My aunt Nangsal Dronme, illuminating lamp, having cleaned it, shows the mirror of one's mind. It's never been rusted by latent tendencies. My sister, Depe Chame, lady of faith, loosens the knot of avarice. Thus, this yogi has no property or wealth. Even when I have, I've never held on unrelentingly. A companion, Rajan Yeshe, self-arising wisdom, accompanies me free of dualism. We've never had fights with bad disposition. My son, Rikpe Keun Shung, small child of awareness, holds the lineage of victorious ones. I've never raised a snot-nosed child. My texts of all phenomenal existence teach theoretical knowledge by illustration. I've never looked at texts with black letters. My stallion, the prana which consciousness rides, takes me to any place I desire. I've never ridden a horse of flesh and blood. My benefactors, the 4 districts of U and Sang, give me provisions at the time they're needed. My hands have never been strained by carrying a bag of sampa. For offerings, I offer to the 3 jewels. For reliance, I rely upon my guru. For closeness, my mind is close to the Dharma. For something small, my afflictions are small. So therefore, I am a small white stupa. Thus he sang. Then the woman said, "This all is truly amazing. Besides those friends and relatives, do you have any samsaric friends, sons, wealths, and so forth?" In reply, he sang this song of realization. When I looked out at this enemy, samsara, at first samsara was enjoyable. In the middle, appearances were masters of deception. In the end, I knew it to be a prison of demons. Therefore, I have abandoned samsara. Then, when I looked out at companions, a companion at first has a goddess's smile. In the middle, she becomes terrifying and fierce. In the end, she's a demon who won't listen to anything. Therefore, I've abandoned having a life companion. Then when I looked out at children, at first they have the smiles of a celestial prince. In the middle, they become a distant neighbor. In the end, they become an enemy with karmic debt. Therefore, I've abandoned having a child. Then when I looked out at wealth, at first wealth is like a precious jewel. In the middle, one becomes completely dependent upon it. In the end, it becomes like a bee and its honey. Therefore, I've abandoned material wealth. Contemplate these and practice sublime dharma. Bearing dharma in mind, practice generosity. Give without regret at the time of death. Thus he sang, With faith, she invited the Master Judson and his disciples into her home and paid them abundant service and respect. Then she received the Dharma and by meditating took hold of the path.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And okay, so then we'll come close the ceremony today. So it's so wonderful that we have been able to celebrate Omniscient Longchenpa's anniversary. Just as Patrul Rinpoche mentions in the praise to Longchenpa, and then further there is Patrul Rinpoche's how he exhorts or how he ushers us to study the seven treasures and so forth. So you can read those. It's in this book, the Marvelous Garland or Rare Gems. So you can do all of those. So then, So yeah, in short, in order to attain Buddhahood, we need to understand wisdom. We need to realize wisdom. And then in order to realize wisdom, we have to get the most lucid teachings, the most clarified or like the most clear teachings that has no obscuration. And the heart essences are those teachings. So we all are right now preparing with the foundation. So then we will explore more and more onto that one. So in the beginning, we think that all Buddha's teachings are kind of same, but the intent for Buddha's giving all these various teachings of different levels are because it is the lucidity. It's how clear it becomes, like in the highest, like in the utter lucidity teachings and so forth. So anyway, I'm just waiting for these mind training retreat to end, and then when we are done, then we'll talk more about it. Yeah. So thank you everyone for participating. And then we'll do the dedication. You open your text. It's in I think it's page 47 or so. Okay. Okay, page 45. Sonam de ye tamje zikpa ne topne ne be ranam pamje shin ke ga na che balong trupa ye sitbe sole drowa ra sho. Jambe bawo je dare kemba dang gundo sangbo de yang de jende. De dang gungi jeso darlo chin gewa de da tamje rabdung. De sum shebe gewa tamje ki ngowa gangla choktu ngakpa de. Dagi gewe zawa de genjang sangbo che rabdung ore ge jang chup semcho rimbo che ma ge panam ge jurche. Keba nyamba meba dang gongne gondu pelwara sho jangchu semdang midrashi. Jangchu chela sholwa dang sangye namke yongzong shin duke lenang pangbar sho jangchu semba namke ni. Roden tula gondru sho gombo yene gangongba semchen namla dejor sho. Semchen tamche de dan denjur chen enro tamchen tatu tongbar sho jangchu semba ganda sajupa. De dan kunge melam drobar sho gewa de ye gewa kun sonam yeshe tsozon shin sonam yeshe lejong. Tamba kunne tobar sho bedan tsewe ma ba yeje norbo pasan shin. Semchen rewa konze ba samba drube drashi sho rinchen getso de ye rowa kun. Tadu dambe chedan midrashin ranjen dene zoba tachin. Chenga drobe jiden ze barasho pende junne temba peljurche tserab kundu chella chejurche. Yalkam kundu trashi ge jurche drogen chamche sanje top jurche lama kukam zangwara sewade. Chodu kuze ringwara sewade chinle dajin ge bara sewade. Lama dan jewa me barajinge lo gandu kebe gewa tamche do tore yenden dunden tobarasho. Kema tantu che dan che juru che tsurjin drube rangwang ye barasho deryang lama damba nejin. Nindan tsendu che lai che barasho che to ni ningbo dendro de tse de sebe janso kalwarasho. Se baradambe che ra denje jen shenbe drula chonga me barasho lapchen shenden chore me bai. Tamche chamche sangye to barasho che tsul deyang ni de kelkurajen choge tadru kundu dragdru. Lodre bemo rabdu geje jing sangye temba darjeng ge barasho lungri tebe mishi dribledre. Menga sambe tezo muna chong gomjo yeke nilo jejin she. Sherab sumge nangwa gen barasho inken lo che sum ring lo che. Zamle sasum chabar pel. Roju chonsum nawa dang. Midre desung gele sho. Nandra riksum langa che kuingang kudang yeshe raba jamlepe. Sabsanal jor chembu nyamlen la yerme tuke tigle rochik sho kewa kundu yangda laman. Dalme cheke bella longje chen sadan lamge yenten rabzote. Palden lamme gophan yoroto sho. Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Sindhi. 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 Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Tejengza Benzar Samaya Za Sindhi Pala. Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Tejengza Benzar Samaya Za Sindhi Pala. Om Ahum Benza Guru Pema Tejengza Benzar Samaya Za Sindhi Pala. Allahu, may Longchenpa's blessings be with you all.
Kempola,
Hey.
Kempo,
Yes?
can we say hi to the little Jime, little one named Jime before on Longchenpa Day?
Jime Nasho. Jime? Huh? Show love song. Boson. Okay, yeah. Mom is going to call. So anyway, so so wonderful. Thank you everyone for participating, and especially those who presented your beautiful topics, your chantings, and nice Dharma contribution. So May it benefit all sentient beings. And then may we all have the fortune to celebrate Longchenpa days for many years to come. And then particularly may we be able to bring forth the realization of the nectar teachings of Longchenpa. Okay. Anasho, hello lablo. Jimmy Nasho. Chawasho? Chawasho mete, lab. Anasho. Nashumbe.
Hello everyone.
Hello. Nasho.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. Kususang bulala. Hey, go Randy.
Hey, look at that. How about that?
Busy baby.
Like Lily's sleeping.
Busy have to run after him like anything.
Lily?
Look at that. Look at that.
Hi Linda. Hi Linda.
Sorry.
Hi Eugene.
Wait, come get on. Why, man?
On the way.
Look at him. He's so strong. He's pushing my desk. Ah, this boy. Oh, look at that.
Hi Eugene.
Okay, it's so nice to see you, Eugene. Welcome back home.
Welcome back
Okay,
home.
Belinda, stay well.
Good night.
Take care and keep on practicing. We'll start Vajra Sattva soon, so those of you who want to join, please do. Okay.
Wait, I want to
See you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Brenda, Zaki, Lindsay,
Bye
Linda,
everyone. Bye Brendan.
Eugene,
Bye
Belinda.
Linda. Bye Eugene. Bye
Bye now.
Belinda. Bye Linda. And then bye bye.
Bye.
Ashidale.
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 Ashidale la bata. Hello. Bata. Oi. Baba bata. Bye Bella.
Come to
Bye bye.